All right, hi everybody, it's Rob Murray back again. All right, so this one is for all of you business owners that are actually doing sales and anybody in sales. Hope this might help you get a bit more success in 2018. So it's just a little tip, little mindset piece, and it's all around the state of mind and the power of vocabulary. Now, I'm not going to unpack the whole concept. I referred to transactional analysis in other videos. You can always check out the book that's like a fantastic summary, basically textbook of the whole concept, which is by Dr. Eric Byrne, called Games People Play. But the brass tacks, long story short, is that we all have kind of three ego states. One of them's a parental state, one of them's an adult state, and one of them's a child state. Now, it becomes pretty intuitive once you understand that there's vocabulary tied to each state. Parents typically have it's usually opinionated, so should, don't, be, those types of vocabulary. Adults, very factual, what, where, why, when, how, data, information exchange. And child's a lot about emotions, a lot of things like hope, excitement, sad, anger, all that type of stuff. Now, there's a couple of things that are interesting about the child state that we want to just keep in mind so that we can essentially not use it. And the reason is because if you think about transactional analysis, is all about the study of interactions of two or more people. And the interactions or transactions happen between the ego states. So parent to parent, adult to adult, child to child, or parent to child, adult to child, adult to parent, or child to parent, child to adult. So there's a whole bunch of natural transactions that function properly. And a parent to child and child to parent transaction is a natural transaction, but doesn't serve us well, because if we think about those ego states and we think about sales is all about solving problems and getting paid to do so. And when it comes to the child state, children don't go to children for solutions. Children go to adults. Children go to parents. Adults don't go to children for solutions, and parents don't go to children for solutions. So if we start showing up in our child state, then we're unconsciously opening up a mechanism for people to say, I don't want your help, I'm not sure if you can solve my problems. It's not a conscious decision most of the time. Most of the time it's unconscious. So the question then becomes, well, how do we do that? So this is a quick little example. So for when you say, like, you met somebody and you do an email follow-up, and I see this all the time where someone says, thank you so much, Rob, for spending the time with me. I know you're really busy. I really appreciate you taking the time to meet with me. And I appreciate the thanks and the appreciation for the time, but to say thanks so much, I really you're so busy, I really appreciate taking the time, it's putting them into a child state and really thanking me for going out of my way. But really, if they're solving a problem, then it's a peer-to-peer, adult-to-adult exchange where I'm looking to them as a solution provider to help me solve my problems. They're not subservient. But that email does that slightly a little bit by just saying, thanks so much. So instead of saying, thanks so much for taking the time, I really appreciate you're so busy to take the time to meet with me, it's just as simple as, it was a pleasure meeting with you today. From our conversation, here's what we went over, here's what's going to happen next. Looking forward to it. Now, the other thing is, when we get into follow-ups, and if you've been in sales, you probably are very familiar with the, hey, I'll get back to you after you've made the ask for the business. And someone says, I need to think about it, I'll get back to you. And it happens a lot, and I'm not going to get into the nuances of how to make that not happen, but that's a different video. So one of the things, though, that's a really good salesperson can do, though, is keep the ball in their court. So we can just ask a couple questions like, hey, okay, that's great. When would you like to get back to me by? They're like, okay, next week. Okay, no problem. You're thinking like Wednesday or Friday? Well, I'll get back to you by Friday. Sure, no problem. Now, there's two ways to wrap this up to take it to the next level. The first one is, okay, well, do you mind if I call you on Monday if I haven't heard back from you by Friday? Now, that's a permission-based question, which is a child state. And it can lead to a no, it's fine, you don't need to call me, I'll call you. The other way, which is a bit more parental, but you do it really nurturing, is you just say, okay, great, I'm looking forward to hearing you by Friday. If I don't hear back from you by Friday, I'm going to give you a shout on Monday. Fair enough? See the difference there? It's subtle, but man, is it effective. So leave your child in the car and be conscious of the vocabulary you're using, because you might be hooking people's parental states by using a child vocabulary. And hopefully that'll help you unleash some sales potential in 2018. If you have any questions about it, leave some comments below. You can get me on LinkedIn. You can follow me on Twitter at I am Rob Murray. You can see me on Instagram, whatever you want. But you can email me, robert@intrigueme.ca. Text me on LinkedIn or just comment on the video below. Thanks, guys. See ya. Bye.